Hello guys and welcome back to a brand new Chelsea live reaction on my channel. Today we're going to be doing a live reaction to Chelsea at home to West Ham. It's a massive game for so many reasons, so we've got a bit to talk about before we get going in this video. First off, in my opinion, this is a must-win game for Lampard's Blues. You know, we've lost to Man City, we haven't impressed against Valencia. I certainly wasn't pleased with our performance against Valencia. I think we need a reaction today from Chelsea, but West Ham, they're also looking for a massive reaction. They've been on dreadful form of late. They've even benched Roberto, their second choice goalkeeper, who's, well, been getting a lot of stick recently, and they've ended up putting in Martin, who's like their third choice goalkeeper, so I'm thoroughly expecting him to have a cracking game today, as goalkeepers always seem to do against us, but I think there's so many, little elements going into this game that could make it a cracking London derby, so I think there's a lot at stake today for both teams. I think we really need a response here as Chelsea, and the lineup's been mixed up a lot. He's brought Tomori back in, which I think was definitely the right decision. I'm happy that James and Emerson are our fullbacks as well there. Zuma also in the team. Kepa just saved the penalty. In midfield, I think Mount had to come back in, and he has come in. Giroud's been picked ahead of Batshuayi up front because Abraham's injured, and then Pedro's coming on the wings because, well, Hudson-Odoi isn't ready, and Willian certainly needs a rest. So there's a load going on. Also, West Ham aren't playing Haller, so really hectic start to the video here. Prediction wise, I'm going to go 2-2. I think that'll be quite a catastrophic result. I think if we want to get top four, we've really got to be pushing on. And to be fair, when we've said, we've got to win this game, then we have been winning them. So I'm hoping that can happen again today. We didn't get to do that against Valencia, but the draw, in the end, probably has just about kept us in the Champions League, let's be honest. So that really could be a good result. And yeah, I'm super excited for this one. I think this could be a massive game for the likes of Giroud and Pedro. I think it's going to be a cracker too. I'm quite nervous. It's a must-win game really now for Chelsea if we are going to be, keeping up that table, keeping the top four, keeping the levels high. So let's do this, guys. I'll see you guys at kick-off. Oh! Pedro nearly just put us 1-0 up there in 2 minutes. Been quite a slow start to the game, but my goodness me. West Ham started well as expected. We knew they were going to raise their game when coming to Stamford Bridge in these circumstances. Nearly just conceded there. Ball into the box. Antonio getting on the end of it. West Ham started well, like I said. This is going to be a very tough game. Antonio already causing a lot of issues. Their players, all of them, all 11, just raised their level coming at the bridge. Good feet from Zuma. He's taken one player out of the game there. Is Reece James. Thought of tucking into Pedro. Jorginho now. Can you whip that one in now, James? Alex not to. Jorginho though. Chance here. Pedro in the channel. Pulisic coming in. Oh, and it was just too high for him and he couldn't get over it. Interesting start to the London derby. A couple of chances at either end now. Chelsea slowly going into this game. Nice little football. It's a nice little ball in through from Jorginho there, and a decent chance of Pulisic after the cross from Pedro. Just over. Oh, how well has Pulisic done there? Here's Mount. Pulisic is in. Oh, what a tackle. What a tackle that is. I thought that was going to be the goal. I really did. Pulisic was in, and when he gets in, it's almost always a goal. He gets in on the channel here. It's a very good challenge there by Ryan Fredericks to deny him. Last ditch, risky, but he did get the ball. James steaming on here. Still James! And he's hit the post in the end off of the deflection. Nearly caught Martin out there. Corner Chelsea are racking some corners up now, getting little chances in and around that box. Oh, it so nearly came all the way in. Wow. That would have been a lucky goal, but no cigar. Oh! Nearly from Zuma. Emerson whipped in that corner and he actually probably should have scored that, Zuma. Oh, he really should have scored it. He knows it as well. He gets free from Valbuena and he just doesn't get clean enough contact to put it in the corner. I mean, I think Chelsea should at least be one up by now. Missing quite a few chances. Positive thing is we're really racking them up, pinning West Ham in, getting momentum in this game, but we could do with a first goal now, we really could. Oh, what a save by Kepa. What a save by Kepa. That would have been an undeserved goal out of nowhere. Would have been a really frustrating one too, and the sort of thing that's been going in this season, but Kepa said no that time. That's a wake-up call that we just have to stop balls into the box. Antonio looks up for it today. That's a big save by Kepa, well done. Chelsea just sleeping a little bit now. We still look tired. We made a lot of changes to try and cut that out from our game today, but it's evident that there's still some tiredness on this side. This game's really slowed down now. Chelsea haven't had a good chance for about 10 minutes really, and Ogbonna's down injured now. West Ham really growing into it. Probably one of their best performances of the season so far. We knew that was going to happen here. And we just haven't been able to find the goal yet. We had a good little spell towards the start of the game, but I think it's been a feature of our game too much this season. We haven't been able to go for a whole half or for a whole game really. There's always times in the game where we just get turned over a lot. So You know, it's all right for little spells, of course. You can't just dominate a football match 1 to 90 minutes, but you know, I think it's getting way too much now for Chelsea, and we're getting into these little lulls in the game where we're not really producing a lot. We've got to get back in the game now. This is a vital game. We don't win today, and all of a sudden, we haven't won a game in 3. So, I mean, I think this has got to be a vital game that we've got to win here and maintain our status as a top 4 contender. Kovacic. James, come on. Is this the time when we get Giroud's head on it? James. Giroud! Oh, it nearly was. I don't know how it's not in. Oh my goodness me, Giroud, you can tell he's a little bit rusty. I think these are, with game time, I think Giroud would have had a couple of goals today. I don't think the service has been good, but this one is a glorious opportunity. What a miss that is by Giroud, and then Pulisic, I don't think he expects it to come and misses it. We should be 1-0 up in this game, I feel. West Ham have been alright, but there have been chances, and we should have scored this half. There's a big second half coming up, and this is a must-win game, guys. Just for our standards as Chelsea Football Club. We go into these games wanting the 3 points. Half-time 0-0. Big second half ahead. I'm excited for it, guys. If we just put the pressure on like we can do, we've done it about 6 or 7 times. We've actually got really good chances out of it, like I've mentioned. So keep going in the second half, guys. You have to go for it. And we can get, you know, a 2-3-0 win here in the second half. Keep it nice and tight at the back. I trust Zuma, Tomori, James and Emerson to do that. Jorginho and Kovacic need to make sure they're being strong in covering that defence too. But there's so many chances at the other end, guys. And if we make a couple of changes in the second half, get Hudson-Odoi and make Willian if he's ready. But, you know, Batshuayi in the latter stages, and we'll get some goals here, guys. There's a massive second half coming up, and I'll see you then. Come on, Chelsea. A great ball up by Zuma. Emerson, Pulisic. Giroud, handball is that? Chelsea saying yes, VAR might take a look at that. Here's Chelsea, so I doubt they'll give it, but let's have a look. I'm sorry, but that is a stonewall penalty. They give those every week. I hate them, they just pick and choose what teams to give these things for. You just want to think about if that's another team at home, then is that going to be a penalty? And it probably is. If that's against Chelsea, is that going to be a penalty? It probably is. That's a really fishy decision. With VAR, I think they should be giving that. You know about the new handball rules, guys. Like, that is the definition of what they say is a new handball, really. His arms are just out, it hits his arm, he just stops the ball going through, and that's that. You're going to say it's harsh or not, but they've been giving them all season, and then they just pick and choose which teams to turn off the rule for and just move on. Really dodgy decision at the start of the half, that, and you wonder whether it's another team, whether that would have been a penalty. You really do. Gotta make sure we track back though, guys. Gotta make sure we track back, and I'm afraid at the start of this second half, that's exactly what we're not doing here. And West Ham lead. Yeah, we weren't tracking back. Oh my goodness me, we could have had a penalty a minute ago, and now we're 1-0 down. And you have to say that that's just what happens, guys. If you just don't defend, then you are going to concede. That's more naive defending from Chelsea. I just don't know where the midfield is. Jorginho and Kovacic should be there, stopping Anderson getting the ball. And then Pedro and Reece James here really don't do their jobs. It's so simple. He just cuts inside. It's a great effort, of course. You know, against another team, he wouldn't be doing that. But we know people turn into prime Brazil when they play against us, and it's happened again there. West Ham lead, and Chelsea in a really bad spot here. We really are. It's a brilliant goal from Aaron Cresswell. Chelsea behind, and this is one heck of an uphill battle now, because, well, if we weren't leaving it open already, then we certainly are going to be now. It happened against Valencia, and they didn't score enough, and they should have scored much more. And we do it again. Lampard has to take a look at that on the training ground, how open and exposed we find ourselves 24/7. In my opinion, really has to stop. You know, it's getting to an extent where teams literally just have the freedom of their half to run at us and pick up whatever pass they want. We've got to cut that out of our game. Big reaction needed now, big test of character. This is where things are getting hard in the Prem now. We're slipping up in games in Champions League and in the league now. We've got to get back on track. This was a game to do it. We've had to rotate a little bit, and we find ourselves 1-0 down here after what's been a pretty disappointing performance. Big second half coming up now, especially after we're 1-0 down. Huge one. Oh, what a save by Kepa. Kepa's really kept us in the game there. It's just a bit ridiculous, really. We've been very poor again today. It's a towering header by Balbuena. And Giroud's blocked that rebound. It's a free header. No one's marking him. Very good reaction save there from Kepa. We've got to get through these couple of minutes here where West Ham are loving it and turn the game back on them. Got to ride these moments if you want to get results. And I don't know how they haven't scored that one either, really. Again, Kepa comes out with it. We nearly didn't survive it. There's nothing going on now for Chelsea. I can't reiterate enough how much we need these changes right now. Good from Giroud, well done. Stop the second ball, stop the second ball right now, boys. Haven't done that. This is just catastrophic. Didn't stop the second cross coming in, and West Ham lead by 2-0 at Stamford Bridge. It's Kurt Zuma's fault really at the end of it, but it just again could have been avoided. Shocking from Chelsea. Another really terrible performance here. Some cracks starting to open up in what's been a really promising start to the season. Look at this though. It's so weak, all of it. What is Zuma ducking the ball for there as well? When there's a player behind you and he ducks it. Oh, that's such a catastrophic goal on the goal line. It like fumbles off the post, comes back out, goes in the net. Oh my goodness me, what a mess. The only hope is that he uses his hand. Oh, it does hit his arm, eh? This could be a massive let-up. It does hit his arm. They've got to disallow that. Please. Handball, no goal. Let off for Chelsea. Got to get back in the game now. Got to get back in the game. Only 1-0. Come on, Chelsea. Come on, boys. Does hit his arm, disallowed. Come on, Chelsea. Been given that let off, been a really poor display again. But now you've got a chance to get a point or a win. Hudson-Odoi is going to be coming on as well, so no Batshuayi today. Giroud's going to get the full game. Anderson also off for Yarmolenko, but Hudson-Odoi is going to be entering the game here, probably for Pulisic. Could be for maybe Mason Mount though. And it is actually going to be for Giroud. That's really surprised me. Who's going to play up front then? If I'm not mistaken, Batshuayi's not... What? That is very odd. If you're going to take Giroud off, then surely put Batshuayi on. Pulisic up front then? Very interesting. I wouldn't say that's the worst idea, but when you're 1-0 down to West Ham and you need a goal, surely you want a striker on the pitch. Surely. We'll see how this works out. Watch us win 3-1 here. I mean, that would be great, wouldn't it? If this works out, I'd love it, but... You know, I think the crosses in the box, West Ham are just going to have them so comfortably dealt with, are they not? I mean, that's interesting. Either way, I just want something out of this game. I don't think we've been good. And I think, you know, we've got Aston Villa and Everton next. If we can even get a point today, what's been a poor performance, then we can go into the next games knowing we can win them. Good to West Ham look today. It's their performance of the season by far, I think. Been a painful day at the office, been a really tough week. Valencia away, City away. That's hit us hard, very hard indeed. To be fair, I mean, we got what we needed from the Valencia game, I suppose you could say. Maybe it's a vital game in hindsight, but really hurt this team badly. We need rest right now. We need a day off tomorrow, that's for sure. Then back at the training ground, because the only way to recover from a defeat like this would honestly be to beat Villa at home on Wednesday and then beat Southampton. And then beat Everton away on Saturday. That's the only way to recover from this. A great start to getting that would be a draw here today as well, but we look out of this game really, and there's no striker on the pitch either, so probably one of the worst decisions I think Lampard's made so far in his Chelsea career. Taking Giroud off and then not putting a striker on it. When you're 1-0 down, I think that's just a bit common sense, isn't it? Pulisic. Oh! Was that a little moment? I don't think it was an easy chance, but it is Pulisic and he can produce those moments. That would have been amazing if he just walloped that one in. Kante just slips him in. These are our ways in really without Giroud on the pitch. Wasn't the worst effort. 1-0 West Ham in the 89th minute. You'd suspect, what, 4 or 5 minutes added on? Full time then, guys. Chelsea lose, and it's as simple as that, really. I think the City game, the Valencia game, they've hit us hard. We've had to rotate. The players that came in didn't impress. And it's a worrying week for Chelsea. It's a week with no victory. But again, you know, it's time to be positive. We have exceeded expectations. We're hitting a rocky patch. And we've got to reply now. We've got to reply. We're still in a good position in top 4. We've got ourselves into that. We need to remember that. So teams are creeping up. Of course that's going to happen. We're not going to have it all our own way the whole season. And we've got to win games now. I was again disappointed with a few things Lampard did today, with a few things the players did today. And West Ham played a really good game, as we expected they would. That's why I predicted a 2-2 draw before kickoff. They ended up beating us. And it's a real shame we've lost today's game. You'd never like to see that. And, you know, it's a chance for teams to gain more points on us. But We've got Villa at home at the Bridge again on Wednesday night. We've got to win that game. I think it's going to be another really tough one, but we've got to win it. That's what we've put ourselves in there. We've got to win that game. Everton away, that's a ground we literally never win at, and we've got to win that game. So these are chances now for Chelsea to prove themselves again, to prove this isn't a honeymoon period from Lampard. We have had tough times, we are going to overcome them, and we've got big games coming up. The 3 next games for Chelsea really could define their season. If we win all 3 of them, then we're really proving ourselves here, in my opinion. So there's a massive week coming on, something to be positive about. You know, Chelsea have a chance here now to prove themselves again. And that's all I can say now. I want to leave on a positive note because we've got 3 games here. If we win all 3, you look at the Aston Villa game, the Everton away game, then Lille at home. We win all 3, and that's, you got to give massive credit to the team. That's massive. That's massive if we win all 3. So that's what I'm going to try and keep in my mind. It's going to be a heavy defeat, especially to West Ham, but it was a deserved one in my opinion. We didn't play well. Players weren't good enough. Manager, you know, Lampard made some questionable decisions, and that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. Got to stay positive now, as we always do throughout this season. Bit of a disappointing day, going to be a tough couple of days, but we get to go again soon enough, and I'll see you guys then, guys. Tough one for Chelsea to take, but massive games coming up. 3 must-win ones now, must wins to prove ourselves, and I'll see you guys then. Goodbye.